I'm Batista, and my friends call me Bunny. It's a long story. And I've risen early this Easter to greet you mavericks, free thinkers, and creatives. This is episode 77, The Elephant in the Room. That elephant to which I'm speaking is in reference to what's occurred in the past and what's going on with this channel. In the past few years, my priorities really have changed, and I haven't had the time to make these videos in the way that I used to. I have a background in motion picture, and so I always wanted to put tons of hours and make the edits well. But I noticed the things that I watch on YouTube are just talking heads like you're watching right now. And so one of the barriers, much like the barrier of perfectionism for me, was having a well-crafted episode. And this created a major blockage, and that I found it hard just to produce anything because everything had to be perfect before I began. Well, the other priority that changed was scrambling during the forced lockdown and closure to make ends meet, which goes back to what's behind me. I've been very fortunate in that I had work on the Waterton National Project and 5 other national projects, painting large murals like the ones behind me, thanks to Doug Driediger and John at Metro Graphics. Well, that work has continued by word of mouth. You know, since '98, I don't think I've ever even had a resume. I think I applied for a job in like 2002 at New TV or something that I needed to put one together, but I've really not kept up on the CV. You know, I always say to my drawers, like, you're only as good as the last thing you made. And in animation, we always say, you're as good as your worst frame. And so, you know, I've moved forward step by step, progressing just based off the last thing I did. And so the work behind me is that sort of thing. That's the last thing I've done, and I'm gonna continue on to the next thing. This being the next video in this series, and if you watched my last one, it was a lot about time management and those sorts of things. And still doing that, I would like to use this episode to basically go on a crazy rant about things. Oh, wow, these notes are pretty extensive.
Alright, so I want to resurrect this channel, then also making stuff and putting it out is something I have a problem with. I'm not really a big fan of social media yet. As a business owner and a creative, you kind of have to get the word out. I'd rather create content, and that's where the resurrection comes in. But for me, the thing that holds me back is perfectionism. Having to make it perfect, having to prove that I can edit, and it's got to be an awesome, high-quality show instead of just a talking head like everyone else seems to do. And then when you watch yourself and you edit yourself and you hate hearing your own voice or how you say it, all the thoughts seem detached. It's just another thing to stop you from doing the thing you want to be doing. And I've just been scrambling to pay off the debts and to keep the studio going after being forced to close, and then I had to take a loan, which the government then said, this loan isn't suited to you, so you have to pay it all back right away. So that kind of screwed me over in having to work more. And you know what they say, chefs don't cook at home. I've been making art and working 12 to 15 hours every single day. My only break is actually on Sunday when I'm at the tattoo shop, and guess what I'm doing there? I'm still making art. And this isn't me complaining. This is what I want to be doing. But the YouTube videos have definitely been sidelined, and in part because of censorship and the politics of what's going on with YouTube and how to make things popular and get seen, when really at the end of the day, maybe I'm just making this for myself. Maybe I hope my mom will see it, and at the same time you want to see the numbers of views go up because you are putting so much effort into it and time in the first place. And really it hasn't been a priority because there's so many other things, and that's making my own work suffer. Yes, the bills are being paid, but I'm also distracted by the news and all the things going on, and what I believe definitely is freedom. And it seems to me that the artists and mavericks and creatives just aren't standing up for what they believe in anymore. They've become the sheeple instead of the free thinkers. They've become the very thing that I never thought would happen. And I want to keep going forward and having my voice, and at the same time it was like it was snuffed out by the totality of people's judgment on me. And I don't want to care what others think, and yet at the same time I'm making something for an audience. Life for me is a conundrum. I'm two extremes all the time. But I am also extreme in that I have really been working on myself, both spiritually and philosophically. And through the last couple years, my trajectory has really changed. I realize now my own mortality, being past middle age, and I'm aware of where this is going. So, my dreams, I'm doubling down on.
If you made it to the end of that, well, thank you for joining me. Hit like and subscribe and share, do all the channel and YouTube sorts of things. And I'd like to take this opportunity to give my thanks and gratitude for the wonderful and fortunate opportunities in the past year or so that have allowed me to grow, and I look forward to sharing more with you in future. So check out the next episode. I'm Brian Batista, coming from Atelier Artista. Ciao for now.